Hey guys, this is Steve Tidwell with Texas Recovery Group. I've actually had this video for a little while and have not had the time to make an introduction for the start of this video. And the reason why is because, as usual, I didn't click the button in time to capture all the good stuff. Seems to be how things are going and why I spent 20 grand on some new cameras. So, to give you some insight into the video before it starts, we got word that this guy had been set up through one of our CIs, and we gave a location to come meet. And the guy ended up pulling in the middle of the parking lot, doing everything opposite of what we thought, which is how it always happens. So anytime we plan for these type of scenarios, we always have a plan B, plan C, trying to make sure we cover all of our angles. So the guy obviously didn't do that. He got out of the car, went to the trunk, which puts him actually closer to me. And I wasn't the point guy, but now all of a sudden I was. And I made my approach to him with my gun in the light, called him by his name, identified him. As soon as I did that, he took off running and jumped into the passenger seat of the car. Now, I ran and followed him around to that passenger seat, and he had already gotten in and was pulling the door shut. I had my gun out and noticed he was sitting on top of a guy that looked like he was, probably 14, 15 years old, and I think it was his brother. I'm not real sure, but the guy was real young. But we're hollering at him to get his hands up, and he's moving around and grabbing around his waistband, looking for the gun, which we knew he was going to have the gun with an extended mag. But this kid, I remember vaguely, I'm looking down in the window at our guy, but also at the kid beneath him, and the kid was so scared that he wouldn't even look up. Like, he never saw me. He just closed his eyes because I think he knew where this was going. So our fugitive was in the middle, in the middle console, sitting on it, and the whole time he's frantically trying to find his gun. And we've got the car surrounded. We're all in the windows. Guns are in, lasers are pointed, and the guy reached in the back seat of the car like he was reaching around to grab a weapon. He comes back around, didn't have it, so we're screaming and yelling at him to get his hands up and telling him not to do it, don't do it. And finally, on the second time that he reached around the back, I went to the back window and I put my light in his eyes, and it caused him to briefly let loose of the door, not let go of it, but I could feel the door kind of pull a little bit when I did that. So I yanked it open, transitioned to my taser, and got into the car door and shot him with my taser. Now, the taser hit him right in the face, and it was really loud. Those tasers are pretty loud, so he thought that I had shot him with my gun, and he just put his hands up in his face. He's like, "Oh, you shot me, you shot me." And he kind of rolled over a little bit on his stomach, which then I reached down and grabbed his pants legs and yanked him out the car, put him on the ground. He still acted like he had the gun on him, because he had his hands stuck down like this in front. So I was dealing with that, and then my agents were tending to the driver, who they're screaming and hollering at the driver, but I've got my attention on the guy on the ground that's supposedly got the gun. Quickly found out that he didn't have the gun after rolling him over. We got him in handcuffs, and but I look over and there's the gun sitting on the seat, and he was sitting on top of it. And the driver had picked up the gun and had it pointed at my head pretty much while I was in the doorway of the car on the ground, putting the handcuffs on our fugitive. But that's what they were screaming at, telling him to drop it. And it was a really hairy situation, very loud, very intense. And so needless to say, it was a very violent situation. We were literally seconds away from a shootout. We were just waiting on him to grab it, and because we couldn't get to him to make him stop. So all I could do was sit and wait for the gun to be presented, and just was a really bad scenario. But the devil had plans for him that night and had almost executed those plans. And I believe this with my whole heart, that the devil thought that he had that young man that night, and it was going to be over for him. And I have no doubt that this guy would have, if he could have gotten to that weapon, would have used it. And I think everybody in the car knew it, and that's why the situation was so volatile. But just to give you an insight on what we do here, we minister to these guys. We tell them that we love them. We mean it. You can't always get through to some of these people, but we always try. Some, you know that you're just not getting anywhere, and you just do a little bit of ministering if you can. But on this particular night, we had a Special Forces guy with us. He's an 18-year Green Beret, and was trying to let him see what we did and what the opportunity was for him, because he also wanted to minister but had this particular skill set. So we wanted him to come in and see what it was like. So he's there, and we have other agents that pulled up a little bit late on the scene. I was able to get the defendant over to the vehicle and start ministering to him, basically just asking, dude, what were you doing? What were you thinking? This would not have ended the way you thought it was going to. This was going to end ugly and probably end with somebody else getting shot, having to shoot through a window with 3 males sitting in the front seat packed in together, and you got one that's trying to shoot at you. Would not have been good. So anyway, we got him. I was over there talking to him and witnessing to him a little bit. And I tend to have a habit of trying to get them to open up to me so that I can minister, and to show them that, I do love them. I do care for them, regardless of what we almost went through. I do care for them. This is about trying to reach people, reach souls. And I always prayed in Bible college that the Lord would put me on the front lines. So I thought that would be in church and preaching behind a pulpit and that kind of thing, but the Lord put me on the front lines, and I can tell you it's tough. It's a really rough business to be in. It's rough to be around that part of society, and I don't mean any color, because there's really no different. I mean, we pick up all kinds of people, but in that parts of society, that in the criminal part, it's really bad. And there's no hope, there's no light, and we have an opportunity to bring that light and show them something that they've not seen, and that truly is just opening them up and just telling them that we love them, and there's a better way. And I'm pretty hard with the truth with them, and letting them know that this whole trying to be a gangster thing. I had one today, and he kept hollering about him being a gangster, and I was like, man, you're not a gangster, bro. I mean, we found you in just a couple of days. I'm not trying to be rude, but you're not a gangster. Most everybody else is not a gangster either. They just claim it and part of a clique and have this alter ego, but it's going to get you killed. So being a gangster is really just death and destruction, and it's going to tear your life apart. And if you don't change that, you don't have a chance. And we can't get past that, then there's no point in trying to change. So let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. I'm offering my help. Most of the people that we take in are there for a really long time. So it is hard for us to be able to make contact with them again and try to help, which I hate that. Not being able to see the fruit transpire in their life from us ministering to them and loving on them, and not being able to help them really. So we are working on ways to stay in communication with them while they're in jail, possibly writing letters, or maybe starting a podcast or something to give them access to us, people that they met that they really liked. Most of them don't mind telling me they love me before they go into the jail, which I appreciate. That happened today as well. So it's a very unique thing, man. And I wish I would have gotten all this on video so you could capture it. But I ended up, I kind of got on a rabbit trail here, but I ended up turning the video off because I wanted him to open up to me. And you can see that in the video, which is why I didn't catch the ending part of leading him to Christ, but or didn't catch the beginning because everything happened so fast, and I didn't have time to, or I didn't think to turn the camera on because it was so dramatic, it was so fast, and there's a lot of things going on. So I didn't get the front part, the actual takedown. I did get him getting pulled out of the car, but really wish I could have gotten the moving of the Holy Spirit and talking to this guy and having my other agents come over and minister to him that were young black males that, you know, could also love on him and experience, you know, that side. And you know, the guy broke down in tears. Not just, you know, I've ministered to a lot of people in this job, and I'm really just starting to realize that I do have a ministry. It is a very particular ministry, but I am starting to cope with the fact that this is my ministry. But I wish I could have caught that for you guys, but I didn't, so I had to tell you about this. That's why it's taking so long. But what the devil thought he had was going to be a young dead man coming to see him, and that's where he was going. But that night, instead of that happening, Jesus came and intervened into his life and put some people, some young men, some older men with gray hairs in the chin, and in front of him to tell him that they loved him and really showed the love of Christ, and we won him to Christ. And it was real. You know, it's one of the times that I can say that was a real moment. And we are working on trying to get in contact with him and try to catch him coming out whenever he comes out. So appreciate you taking the time. If y'all made it to the end of this video, just listen to me ramble. I really appreciate it. I love you, and God bless you. And men, examine yourselves. Not to try to get in and preach here, but I mean this. Examine yourselves whether or not you're in the faith. You need to know if you are a Christian. Right? You need to know that for a fact, because you can't really have true peace in your life until you know that, hey, I'm saved. Regardless of the situations, the trials, the tribulations that come in my life, regardless of my mistakes, God loves me. I can come to him and ask for forgiveness and ask him to set me on the rock to stay and correct me and chastise me if that's what we need to do. You know, do it. But get yourself right with the Lord, because he's coming back. And I'm not trying to give a day, an hour, you know, but he's coming. He's near. The time is at hand. And I'm telling you, get your family ready. Get yourself ready. Be an example to your family and to your friends. It's time to get right. I love you. I'll be praying for you all, and appreciate you watching the video. No, let me get him empty.
What's that?
Let me get him empty.
Yep.
You got anything that's gonna stick me, poke me?
No, sir. I don't have nothing. No. It's somewhere that way.
That's fine. Let him go.
What is that?
What?
That's your pistol.
Oh, that's not my pistol.
Alright.
How is that my pistol?
Where's your ankle bracelet?
Huh?
Didn't you have an ankle bracelet on?
Uh-uh.
You good? Okay. Stay just like that. Just get comfortable however you want to right there.
think he was getting suspicious. Why was you pulling that out? I'm the bounty hunter, I'm not the police. Huh? Why was you pulling that out?
Pulling
You get
what out?
suspicious about somebody being here?
Huh?
The gun.
No, I wasn't pulling no gun out. I never pulled no gun out.
What did you get out the trunk?
I never got. I was spraying cologne on me. It's cologne in the trunk. I promise I didn't get no gun out no trunk.
Okay. All right. So bend over on your knees. Now, suck your knees up. Both of them. There you go. I'm gonna help you up. Stay right there. Lean over on the car. Okay, you go clear that back seat.
Yep. About this?
Yeah. You know what this is about, don't you? Your warrants. Not smart, bro. That's not a good decision to be making.
What?
Things can't be that bad to you to act like that.
Act like what?
That'll get you shot. What you was doing in there. And you always posting with guns on you.
Can you take that shit out of my face? Is something in my face?
No, there's nothing there. It ricocheted off your face and hit you right here. So just
Hey, can you unlock it real quick?
stay leaned up against the car.
Cody, what Trey? Where's my little brother at?
I know you, bro. I don't know, bro. I know you, bro. For real, bro.
You can
Hey,
go
can
ahead.
you answer the phone for my brother, please?
You wanna?
Please answer the phone for him, please. Hello? Bro, the police got me, bro.
I know you, bro.
Man, bro, I'm right here, bro.
Fuck, bro.
I'm way right here some damn well, man.
Look, you want to?
Fuck, bro.
Huh?
Listen to me. Hold on, just a second, brother. You want to take your money with you, or you want
Yes.
that to go with him?
I need my money, please, man.
Grab that money out of the. You can. He's good.
I'm good.
Did you already check him for anything? All right, you good.
I'm good.
Just
I know
stay.
you,
No,
bro.
just stay
What
right
you
there.
need me to do, bro? What you need me to do for you, bro?
There you go. Sit up against the car.
Hello? Bro, I'm way like by Humble. I was finna come see this little female, bro.
This phone's what got you in trouble.
It was the bounty hunters, bro. Nah, he said my phone.
What they better take you to jail?
Yeah, man.
What train them at?
Coda right here.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm like down there by Humble. It's like 15, 20 minutes away from the house.
So they finna let what you got them go?
Yeah.
All guns, everything in the trunk.
I've got the pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, and all our guns are in the back.
Okay.
His pistol first.
Hello?
Who's good? Is
Man,
that your guns or his
they
guns?
were tracking my phone, bro.
Nobody's gun. Okay.
I don't know who's gonna do it.
I'm not the police. At this point, I'm trying to help you out and trying to figure out how to make this as easy possible.
What they trying to go
He said he found some guns trying to. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's
Look,
going
I'm a
on.
bounty hunter. I'm not the police. So I can't charge him with the gun.
Who is that right there?
We fixing to take him to jail on warrants. That's it. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this gun. I'm just not. If they're not claiming it, I'm not handing it back to nobody.
Coda, them y'all guns, bro. What the fuck? Come on, bro.
Okay.
If they y'all fucking guns,
All right.
what the fuck?
No, I'm a bounty hunter. I can't charge him with a gun charge. I'm just not going to leave it here and just on the ground. And if they're not claiming it,
What
that
what
means
gun?
it's stolen or
Which
something.
gun?
So I'm not going to give
What
it
gun?
back.
What is that?
Do what now? If he would, I'm not now because I can tell it ain't in nobody's name, so I'm not gonna give it back to him. It's gonna hit a dumpster somewhere, and we're gonna be on our way. I don't care. I don't care about the gun. We just want to get him arrested on his warrants and let him take care of his business. All right, I gotta let him go. Okay. All right.
Hello?
Hey, yeah, bitch, just go. And, let's figure it out, bro.
Damn, man.
Tell Trey call my phone. Tell Trey call my phone.
All right, man.
You call my phone, bitch.
Is up underneath the passenger seat.
Crazy.
Hey, Rodney. Somebody sit with him at the car real quick. You want to take this with you? You want to leave it with him?
No, I'm taking with me. This is crazy.
Where was you going?
Finna see a little female, man.
Here?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Huh?
Where's she
I
at?
just met her.
Okay.
Damn.
Take him to the car and sit him down in the back seat.
Crazy.
Back passenger side.
Dakota, come back.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna have to yank this. You want me to call an ambulance here to yank this out, or you want me to get that?
Was something in me?
No, it's not. It's not. All right. Look, hey, go ahead and stand up. Look at me. Is the gun, is it legal? If it's not, you better let me take it. If it's yours, if it's in your name or his name, you just need to tell me.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, so you're free to go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What? What's the number, bro? 346 743. You got it in your phone. What you want me to tell her, bro? All right.
Call her on your way out. I gotta clear this scene.
I gotta leave.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you being cooperative and not acting like that, bro. Hey, roll out. Roll out. I've already been nice enough.
Go
Let
ahead,
y'all-
Coda, bro.
You got any gauze or anything?
Yeah. I got some on my legs here too.
I didn't want you up and tear into that thing.
You got regular gauze?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and grab it out of that package there. You wasn't seriously trying to grab it. You know you wouldn't have had no chance at all.
No, I wasn't even grabbing nothing. I don't know. I didn't even have no gun,
Okay.
sir.
Listen, I'm not the police. if this camera bothers you, I'll turn it off. I'm just trying to speak some realness in your life, all right? I care about the people. I've been doing this a long time. But you would have just got killed, bro. You were close to getting shot because I know what you was reaching for, and I can't imagine why you would even. Why would you even resort to that? Because there's no way out of that.
I promise I wouldn't dare do that.
Then tell me what you were doing. So make sense of it, and tell me what you were doing.
Yes.
Thirsty?
Here, look.